Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's race 2 of the Mission Super Hooligan National Championship. Our winner today, Corey West. Second place, Jake Lewis. And third place, Cody Wyman. We'll get started with Cody. Fourth yesterday, second today. New team, new bike. I know you didn't have much coming into this, and then Kyle kind of stepped up and put this team together, and you got to be pretty happy with this first weekend.
Yeah, I mean, to be competitive right out of the gate, Harley was pushing for some more Pan Am activity, and Kyle was like, you know what, I've done this a time or two on superbikes. How hard could a Hooligan be? It was harder than we thought, but man, just kept improving every session. The bike felt more comfortable each session. My body's getting better each time on the bike, and just working to be fit, to stay light, do what we can to get around the banking. And Harley 1, 2, 3 is awesome. So really, really proud. I mean, Jokin's out here. That means a lot to have executives from Milwaukee. And yeah, like I said, a whole lot to Kyle Wyman, to Gator Harley Davidson, and all just friends and family stepped up.
Congrats.
Thanks.
It's also Harley's first win in the class, so not only a win, but sweep the podium. Second place today, Jake Lewis. Jake, you had a crap day yesterday in both classes, and this sort of makes up for it, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yesterday, Corey and I was rolling out here to go to dinner, and I was like, I can't wait to get the hell out of this place. Yesterday was terrible. I mean, even, Thursday, all weekend's been pretty rough for me, riding back in the crash truck, watching from the lawn chair yesterday, and this is a heck of a way to repay the hard work from our team. The team Saddleman guys haven't gave up, and they put in a lot of hard hours and a lot of work to get us to this point. And I kind of just sat behind these guys pretty much the whole race. I'm the biggest guy in the class with no fairing. I'm like a parachute out there, so it was best for me to sit back and just try to stay in the draft. And starting that last lap, I think I went on to the first banking in fourth it was, and I was like, that's going to be a perfect spot because I thought I was going to have enough to get to the line. And unfortunately, on the first banking, I kind of popped out of gear, and Troy came by me, so I came onto the last banking in fifth. But once you get behind these three guys, it was just like a huge pocket of air, and I was just like tucked in as tight as I could be. And Corey, I was very, very close to getting him as well. So it's nice to go home with a trophy and get some points on the board in the Hooligan class.
Well, we always give you grief about how big you are. But, if you can do this at Daytona, it's got to make you feel good about down the road.
Yeah, for sure. That's what everyone gives me. Should have helped my weight and size, but I'm 6'4", and I definitely need to get in better shape than I am. But I'm racing against a 140-pound guy and able to draft bomb at Daytona, so that tells you a little bit. But on that Hooligan bike, like I said, with no fairing, I was just flapping in the wind. So I would rather just sit back and draft those guys instead of just letting them come by me every lap.
All right, well, good job. Our winner today, Corey West. He was third yesterday, and I said that it was a little bit of revenge for last year, and he said that's not revenge, and he admitted on the way here that this definitely is revenge. So first Harley win, all Harley podium, and you're the guy that brought it to him. So congratulations, and tell us a little bit about your strategy out there.
Yeah, yesterday was such a scramble that today I kind of got to just play the game, and started decent, but just kind of got swamped at the beginning and found myself back in like fifth or sixth or something. But I just knew I needed to just hold the draft and hang out for a little bit, let a few laps wind down. And I think the board was saying like 3 laps to go when I got a really good draft, and I came around the outside of everybody going into turn 1. It's a move that I've done a long time ago in the 200 on 600s, and it still works. So it got me up to the front, and then I just kind of was trying to chill in the infield. If I was ahead of the Indians, I knew that it would be good to just kind of slow the pace down in the infield because they were good there. A couple guys drafted me as the race went on, but Cody was just making a push at the front, and I knew that we kind of had to keep tabs on him because he just looked like he wanted to go. So coming to the last lap, he was leading. I was running second. I followed him through the infield, but I wanted to try to keep a gap between me and him so that I could get that run if I got the draft. If I was too close, I'd pull up beside him, and then we would just do this drag race side by side, looking at each other like, well, didn't plan that out very good. So, that last lap, drafting him down into the chicane, I knew I didn't want to lead it. I've done that too many times. And his brother Travis, he come by me on the brakes, and I was like, well, if one draft's good, maybe two drafts is even better. So I just really tried to hit the brakes and square the chicane up and get a really good drive out of there, and made sure I hit all my shifts perfect, and got a good draft off of Travis. And as Cody started dropping down the bank, I was getting a little side draft off of Travis, and I was like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. And then just perfect timing, Cody kind of started drifting up, and then it just left Travis with no draft, and it gave me the perfect draft. And I was just, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, bring it to the stripe. So, I mean, I'm so stoked for the Saddlemen Race Development guys. They have been hammering down at the shop, and, they've been sleepless nights here, it seems like. And we've got a bunch of good sponsors on board: Mission Foods, Motul, NOMS, Drag Specialties, 4SR, Bell Helmets, Foo Sport Boots. I mean, it's awesome, the support we're getting, and it's just really, 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 really good to get that win after getting it taken from us last year.
All right, congrats. Any questions?
I just have one. I could ask any of you guys this, but I'll ask Corey since you're the winner. So we all know that Daytona is an anomaly as far as going to the other tracks. Do you think with what's the changes made to the bike this year and the development you guys have done that it's going to serve you well at the other racetracks that we go to this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, Harley's definitely supporting some more teams, and it's better that I'm not just the only guy out there. I mean, my wife and Jake were out there last year on a few rounds, but we were having so many troubles, and I was in the points. It was like if they had any troubles, I would get the parts. And so, I'm out there doing the legwork all by myself, and it's nice to have some other people riding them so we can, share information and collect more data. So I know that Harley's got to be stoked to have this clean sweep, and, the more people we get on it, the more we're going to get this bike going even faster.
Yeah, I was just curious before the race if there was any sort of conversation about the Harley boys working together, or if you guys were out there just every man for themselves. I know, obviously, now with the addition of the KWR team, there's a good handful of Pan Americas out there, and you guys could kind of use that to your advantage, especially here at Daytona.
Yeah, Corey and I talked about it, not with Cody, but Corey and I talked about if we can lead the Indian boys through the infield. I mean, that was really our only shot, because this morning and I think yesterday's race, Troy, if he led into turn one, he was so good in the infield. He was able to break the pack, but it seemed like Cody did most of the grunt work today, and I think that's what helped the pack stay together. And it seemed like Troy, I don't know if he didn't want to show his cards or what, but he never went to the front in the infield and was able to get that gap. So, I mean, I think it was probably a badass race to watch, too. I mean, one time we went into one, and there was like 5 wide, it felt like. So, our strategy worked out.
And I'll add to that, it's there was only a handful of us last year, and now there's, 6 or 7 or 8 of us. So you can go in with a game plan, but it kind of all goes out the window as soon as the red lights go out.
Yeah, I didn't chat with the boys, but, anytime I would see them on the banking, I know Harley Davidson is the only reason I'm here. So if we can do whatever we can do to keep the Indians further back and us up front, I'm all for that.